let me say something. Now, I'm a fan of Tyrone Magnus. You know, I am a fellow Magnusite. I have subscribed to him like a while ago. Uh, he's a cool dude. I love his reaction videos. I love his answers video. Generally, he's a cool dude. All right. Now, he had a video yesterday where the title says DC just won. Right now, he's not saying DC won. If you watch the video, it would tell you. He will explain to you why he thinks DC hasn't won. Now, I'm here to reiterate everything about the video he had. All right. Now, he gave some good examples. He even compared the two companies to two wrestlers. You know, two Hall of Famers, I should say. Right. One passed away, I think last year or year before. One is still alive and kicking right now. Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior. Now, he has a good point where he says Hulk Hogan has been, you know that stuff that he does when he goes, and then he gets hit again, does that and then all that extra shit that he does. Now, he said that at this part, with the first trailer they brought out a few months ago for Batman v Superman, that was the beginning of it, where he gets hit and he goes, right? The second trailer is the second hit, right? And it could get up and shit. And then when he said when the movie drops, that's when he does the you and the extra shit, the few hits, the turnbuckle, big boot, then the leg drop, right? Okay, now with the movies from Marvel coming out, Deadpool, well, you have Ant-Man still coming out this year, next week, or this week. I think this week, if I'm correct. I believe it's this week. Next month will be Fantastic Four. Right? Those are the last two Marvel movies of the year, to my knowledge. Okay? Next year you have for Marvel. Next year you have Deadpool, X-Men, Apocalypse, Captain America, Civil War. What else? I don't even know what else, man. Like I think there's more. I'm not too sure. I think there is more next year for Marvel, but those three right there is like okay. Like the last X-Men movie, I wasn't expecting too much from it because a lot of people didn't like First Class. So when the second one came out, I was like, okay, whatever. I'll give it a try. It turned out to be a good movie. All right, I won't say it was one of the best out of the X-Men series, but it's better than First Class. Okay, now with Apocalypse, they revealed how Apocalypse will look. I think they could have done a better job. I'm not complaining. I always give a movie a chance. I don't just say, oh, the movie's gonna be whack, except for a few times. I'll admit it, but I give the movie a chance. Okay, bye, done. Then you got Deadpool, the long-awaited Merc with the mouth. We got him in X-Men Origins Wolverine, and I swear, the guy that directed it was probably drunk or high on some shit to sit there and sew his mouth shut and give him blades that come out of his fucking arms. Goodness, God help me. I don't understand that shit. Like, what gave you that idea? Oh, it seems cool. He's not fucking Baraka. Alright, he's not. It's not Mortal Kombat, bro. He's not gonna spin around and shoot fucking light, whatever the fuck shit that come from his swords that Baraka does. I don't know what the fuck you call it. But this is not Mortal Kombat. This is Marvel. Okay? He has two katanas on his back. I believe it's katanas. No, I don't think it's katanas. I forgot what they're called. Anyways, he has dual wield swords, right? And he has dual wield guns. You understand? Like, that's it. He has a few extra bits and pieces here, and he's Deadpool, right? He carries a rubber chicken, for God's sake. Like, the fuck. Anyways, I won't be surprised if he has a chimichanga pocket. Like, anyways, we get it. They're a leak. there are leaked trailers of the movie, right? Or leaked footages of the movie, whatever you want to call it. That's your opinion. And so far, it looks amazing. Okay, we got all the jokes, we got all the cursing, the swearing, the obscenity. It's fucking ridiculous, man. I swear. I'm glad they made this shit a rated R movie. I'm glad they did that shit. All right. So I think out of those movies for next year, for Marvel and DC, I think Marvel will still take it. I mean, they have Suicide Squad as well for DC and whatnot. So I think Marvel can still take it. If Civil War, because a lot of people, anytime you mention Marvel in the movie verse right now, Civil War, Civil War. Like, okay, we get it. Marvel is putting up one of their biggest stories on the big screen next year. Okay, can they make it as good as Batman versus Superman? Because they have a lot of shit. If Superman versus Batman turn out to be as good as we see the trailers to be, then Marvel has a lot of shit to work on. All right, I often compare Captain America and Iron Man to Superman and Batman because that's technically basically their opposites or their counterparts. However you want to say it. You have Batman and Iron Man, two billionaire playboy philanthropists. Only difference is Iron Man is reckless with what he does. Okay, he wears a mechanical suit with gadgets, weaponry, and fucking computer butler that does everything. You have Batman, who isn't reckless, who's actually a very good tactician, very good strategist. Uh, just fucking Batman. He doesn't have a computerized butler, but he has Alfred. All right, a sarcastic and witty Alfred. Not saying that Jarvis isn't as witty and sarcastic, but he's a computer. You know, he's a machine. He's technology. You know what I'm saying? Batman. Alfred is a living human being. Now, Superman is the Boy Scout of DC. Okay, there are times where Superman can be a badass. We have seen it many times. Justice League Unlimited, when he went ham on Darkseid. That part again when Darkseid grabbed his cape and Batman Superman Apocalypse. Even that part against what's that guy's name? The guy that had the London or the British flag tattooed on his chest. That area, I forgot his name. But he has strong mental abilities, and like Superman was on like a whole another fucking level in that movie toward the end, right? And it's like, okay, we've seen Superman be a badass many times, but it's like overall he's a fucking Boy Scout, all right? Captain America is a fucking Boy Scout. Also, he can be a badass as well. Yes, he doesn't have the abilities that Superman has. He doesn't have flight, invulnerability, super speed, super strength. I mean, he has enhanced strength, but it's not super strength. You understand? Like, Captain America is stronger than Batman, okay? He's a super soldier, which means that he's a superhuman. Okay, which means that even if a human being has peak physical strength, which Batman has, Captain America excels at. He's a superhuman. Which means like, yeah, he can fucking kick a vehicle if he wants to. Batman, he can probably move one, but he can't kick one like down a block or some shit unless he's wearing like a big suit or that big mechanical suit he's gonna fight Superman in. Other than that, then you understand? Captain America's a Boy Scout, but he can be badass as well. Okay? Not only that, Marvel Cinematic Universe finally has it's not full rights, but partial rights to Spider-Man. Marvel's biggest commodity is their biggest hero, their biggest, how do I say it? It's like when you mention Marvel to anybody, the first hero to mention is Spider-Man. Whether it's back then in the 90s or even now, Spider-Man. You may get a few Hulks, you may get a few Thors, Captain Americas, Iron Mans. Like, I'm not talking about people who know Marvel. I'm not saying I know everything about Marvel, but I know certain characters. Same thing goes for DC. But for people who know these characters, right? I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the people who don't know too much about Marvel or DC. When you mention DC, Batman, Superman, Batman, Superman, Batman, Superman. When you mention Marvel, Spider-Man. Always Spider-Man. All right. They don't some might mention Avengers, but it's always Spider-Man. All right, always Spider-Man. Now, he he said that he doesn't know who's gonna win. Personally, I think the way how Marvel is doing things right now, I think they can stay in the lead. I would never say one will beat the other. Okay, I will always say that they're tied. The only time I'll say that one beats the other is in games, video games, and in animated movies. Okay, DC has that hands down. Like, yeah, Marvel came out with an animated movie I think last year with Avengers Classified with Black Widow and Punisher. It was pretty good. It was good. You understand? But it it's just I can't see one company beating the other. If it happens, you just gotta question what's gonna happen in the future with with whichever company loses. Like, how can they bounce back into the running? You understand? It's just like if DC was to win. Let's say if DC were to win, what can Marvel do to come back? Marvel has a lot of great stories out there that they can bring out to the big screen or even to the small screen. You understand? They can do it animated, they can do it live action, doesn't matter. They have a lot of big stories. Excuse me, I have a list, but I'm trying to hide it. They have a lot of big stories. Civil War is one of them that they can bring out and just go have fun with it. You understand? And also, I said something. I was talking to my friend earlier. He's not too much into comics, but he was talking about 20th Century Fox. And I was like, okay, so far they're doing a good job. They're actually getting back into the picture now because with the X-Men Apocalypse, with the Deadpool, they're doing Gambit. Depending on how Fantastic Four does, they're coming back. You understand? So it's like, okay, well, first off, they had the ending at Comic-Con, I think it was yesterday, for the 20th Century Fox pen, right? And Stan Lee came out and he says that basically Stan Lee. He doesn't say like Excelsior and all that, but he basically calls out because they're trying to do like a super selfie with all the main cast and directors of the movies, and it's like a whole plethora of people just came out, and I'm just here like, yo, these are just for these 5 movies. They have a lot more planned. So it's like, okay, I thought, what if, let's say in the future, like not now, because if they did it now, they'll have to postpone a lot of shit. You understand? They'll have to postpone a lot of shit. So like, let's say Marvel was to make a deal with 20th Century Fox, the same way they did with Spider-Man and Sony. Do you know? Because that's like 5 extra movies being added to the MCU universe. And they all have to release them. They just can't scrap everything and just start over. You understand? Only difference is, like, I don't think they would do that because of Deadpool, because it's rated R. And Disney has rights over Marvel. So it's like, can they bring that rated R movie under an MCU logo? Who knows? Or not MCU, Marvel Studios logo, excuse me. I don't know. But let's say in the near future, you understand? Let's say in the near future, it can happen. Marvel could take over. Because, like, a lot of people say, oh, DC kept the rights with Warner Brothers all the time. They don't have characters all that fucking right. All right, cool. Then let them do that. You understand? It's all about money, bro. If they feel they could get more money out of putting their characters in separate companies, then let them fucking do that. At the end of the day, all that money comes back to one person. It all come back to the owner of Marvel. Hey, okay, I give you rights to Spider-Man, Sony. Here you go. Keep that. all right, 20th Century Fox, I'll give you rights to to the X-Men and anybody in the X-Men universe. Okay, bang. We keep whatever. You understand? Bang. They did that. They've been successful. They've been unsuccessful. All right. But now it's like, okay, if DC is coming back because they are planning so much shit. They already have Batman versus Superman, two of the biggest heroes in comic history, together, face to face, on a big screen. You've seen him in Dark Knight Returns. Now we're seeing the live action. Okay, live action, my brother. Then they have Wonder Woman standalone, another Batman standalone, another Superman standalone. They have a Flash, which is not connected to the TV show, but a Flash standalone, a Green Lantern reboot with Tyrese. I prefer Idris Elba, but I like to give people a chance. All right, they gave Chris Hemsworth a chance as Thor, nailed it. Aquaman, Justice League, Martian Manhunter, all these is like, okay, bang. DC is definitely coming back, and they're coming back with a fucking vengeance, yo. They're like, yo, Marvel, you had your time, now it's our fucking turn. Sit back, relax, and let your boy move. You understand? That's basically what they saying. Like, yo, take a chill pill, man. Sit down, have a coke and a smile, my nigga. Basically, some Bill Cosby shit. Oh, sorry, too soon. No Bill Cosby. Forgive it, nigga. Anyways, if Marvel really want to keep ahead, son, then in the near future, after Phase 3 is done, said and done, after Deadpool and all the X-Men and Gambit and all that shit release, then y'all work out a deal with 20th Century Fox. Y'all would dominate. You guys would dominate. Y'all wouldn't win. You would dominate. You understand? You would dominate. A united hero force under one banner. One banner. I'm just saying. Anyways, 0 million subscribers. Woo!